Good morning and welcome back to Uneducated Entrepreneurs. I'm Peter.
And this is Dan. How we doing? This is
How you guys
it's
going?
like a repeat of the first episode. My name is Peter. Silence.
Yeah, just a little bit of quiet there. That's okay, guys. We're getting into the swing of things. So
That's
I
right.
hope you guys have had a good week. We were gonna be having a guest this week. Nathan, unfortunately, with the current state of the world, he has caught COVID.
Yeah.
And he is not very well. So we're going to be just doing another quick interview. He's happy to jump in. We're going to have him in next week, hopefully, if he's feeling better. He is hoping he's going to feel better because he's not doing too well right now. But
Yeah.
we'll get on to him at some point. He's got an awesome perspective on business, and he himself didn't want to have a business. But then he was pretty much not gifted, but someone had offered to help him with this business. But we'll let him share his story when he comes on board. Today we're going to actually have a chat with. I want to actually have a chat with Dan. We're going to talk more about what the sort of stuff Dan is doing.
Yeah.
I'm really personally interested in. We've had a lot of discussions about how Dan hasn't made any money, but how he's going to flip that around out of his business, and how he's going to change and what steps and all that sort of stuff he's going to make. So that's just our sort of rough plan for today. We're sort of just fudging it today and we'll go along with how things go, just have a normal chat like Dan and I normally do.
Nothing like a good fudge session.
Hopefully people enjoy a fudge session.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I can't even have fudge. I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Devastating.
I'm going to be struggling to drink my coffee with this microphone, so it'll be a bit like these ones.
Oh, like a posh
and back
person,
in. Yeah, I might even do a pinky raise. Just wiggle it around, who knows?
Fair dinkum.
Right.
All right. So let's get started, eh?
All right. So
I'll just ask you some. Yeah.
I'll just give you a bit of a preference. As Pete said, yes, my business has not made any monies at the moment, but there's a couple of reasons.
Did you just call it Monies?
Monies, I did. You know what? That's just how we do it, all right? Monies.
Hasn't made any money.
Multiple monies.
Yeah,
multiple
because we're
amounts.
good English, hey? This is why we're uneducated entrepreneurs.
We don't know how to speak money language properly. No. So basically what I have been trying to do in the past is, so with affiliate marketing, to give you a bit more of a better idea of sort of what affiliate marketing is obviously you find a product or you have an idea. And then from that product, you then create content, either in the form of blogs, videos, just content in general, anything you see on YouTube, Facebook, Google, like everything like that. So you make content and then...
But these products, they're not yours, are they?
No. So these products aren't mine. They're from people, like companies that I've either worked with personally myself or have used their products, or I found them and then really like their business model. So essentially, affiliate marketing is using somebody else's product. Depending on which company you go with, you will be able to, when you lose your train of thought, it's really good.
It's all good, man.
We're on a roll. So the way if you're happy with the way they run their business, I try to find things that I know my readers and our viewers will appreciate and actually get value out of. Because one of the big things about affiliate marketing is if you're not creating value to the readers or like your audience, then you're literally a salesman just pushing the envelope, and nobody wants that. You're not going to make more sales. So
can I ask, how did you decide? We'll start really basic with all of this, right? You've just talked about your client base or your customer base, your potential customer base. The issue that a lot of people that I've found that are trying to start businesses is determining that customer base. And how did you determine what customer base? What needs were you filling? Was there sort of a gap that you were looking for, or
So look, it can ideally. So the best way to do affiliate marketing is obviously with any business is if there's a problem and you have the solution, you provide that solution and you make money from it. So I think at first my audience that I was trying to target was too broad. I was going anyone from 18 to 60, male or female. No niche. So that was one of the issues. I'm now probably going to be niching down to more of a late 20s to early 40s, sort of starting to have kids, starting school runs, etc., like that, and then niching down into more of my sort of like one part of my business, because DPT Solution is my business, so I'm not going to pull it up. But that is essentially, it's like all things health and fitness and business related. So that in itself is too broad.
Yeah.
And like you need to be able to niche it down and then build from there. So what I've sort of decided to do is I'm going to target around people my age, just a bit older, that are starting to have kids, because everybody that I know is having kids at the moment. And they're like, when are you having kids? I'm like, well, that will happen eventually.
You're like, oh, I don't have time for that right now. I'm building.
That's
My
pretty much
child
it.
is my business. I'm building my
Yeah.
business.
So, like, that's kind of the niche I'll be pushing, and we'll be looking more towards like your home gym workouts or like your setups, etc., like that. And so then it's a matter of finding products where sort of they either provide gym equipment. It's Australian based because obviously we're in Australia, and my majority of my audience is going to be Australian, because obviously it's easier for me to target Australians because I happen to be one and in Australia. And a big thing that I've noticed with a lot of affiliate marketing is a lot of the products are all sort of in America, because I mean obviously America is one of the biggest at the moment, biggest economies in the world. So a lot of
At the
at the
moment.
moment, that's what I said, at the moment. Um, uh, it's one of the biggest economies in the world
Yeah.
at the moment. And with that comes all the products that people want promoted. They're all American based, or they're from overseas, which means getting it to Australia is ridiculously hard and expensive.
Well, that's because, well, if you look at what are the population rates right now of the US in comparison to Australia. Australia is what, 26 million, and the US is over 300 million,
Might be
something like that.
something like that, yeah.
Like, obviously their market is going to be larger.
Hmm.
I'm just going to bring it up exactly because I don't like. You keep talking.
Yeah. So I was just bringing that up. So yeah, that's one of the biggest struggles I've had with affiliate marketing. Is one, I wasn't niching down like more like specific enough, and then two is all the like the vast majority of affiliate programs or offers that I had applied for or had available to me, they were all American based. And then to get, either they didn't ship to Australia, or it would cost 3 times the amount of the product. How you go in there with those numbers? Got those numbers up?
You said you applied. That's an interesting thought. I was right. So we've got 25,982,000 people, approximately, and then America has 331 million.
Just a few more
So
people.
we're
Yeah.
they multiple the amount of people we've got, which is why obviously products are harder to get
Yeah.
into Australia, and it's actually why businesses and people with large businesses go to the US
Yeah.
or
Singapore.
trade within the US because
Yeah.
of the amount of customer base they could have.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There you go.
so you said you applied. You applied for some affiliate marketing. What do you mean by
Yeah,
apply?
okay, so I probably should preface what exactly. So when it comes to affiliate marketing, so as I said, you're promoting other people's products, and then from that, so they select, well, depending on who you go through. So there's various platforms. So you may have heard of ClickBank, Flex Offers, Commission Factory, Commission Junction. Like there's a bunch, and there's AWIN. There's a lot of different. So these are all like commission, they're affiliate marketplaces. So essentially, with affiliate marketing, either you see that there's a problem somewhere, and then you go out to find the product to solve that problem. And then if a company is providing that service or product, then you can, depending on, they may have an affiliate program, which means you can then, it would also be called like a referral program. So if you've ever had an Amex, for example, like you've probably seen that there's a referral program, you get 40,000 plus points. That is a form of affiliate marketing, is you get a reward or commission per person either referred or signed up. And so when you apply, either it's going to be an instant approval, or someone from their affiliate marketing team will go through and vet your application per se. And on the application, we talk about a few different things. We list a website, what our niche per se is, what we're interested in audience emailers. So that kind of like what sort of people you have a reach to kind of thing.
Are there any of those companies that you were talking about? Are there any ones that you use, and also are there any that not just that you use but that are Australia based?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if there's purely Australian based. Mine mainly because Australia is such a small economy compared to the rest of the world. So I mean, I haven't found one. I know Commission Factory is very Australian focused. Like it's very much Australian based. However, they do have products from overseas. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you're only capturing a small population, like we're only got 25 million. There's 7 billion calling up to 8 billion people in the world. So like it's like a tiny percentage of people that you're actually hitting. So from a business perspective, it makes sense to go for more of a wider sort of worldwide approach versus.
What company was that again?
So I currently have a couple with Commission Factory. So it's just Commission Factory.
If you guys ever want us to sponsor a video of ours,
that would be
we'd
great.
Be happy to.
Commission
that would
Factory.
Be awesome. We'd be happy to do it. We've already done a shout out.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
We're not.
Like that's free. We're not being sponsored for this one.
Sponsored.
Yeah.
But we'd be more than happy to if you'd like
definitely.
to have a chat with us once we get maybe a bit bigger and have a bit more of a following. Because right now you'd probably get more from your people that are actually doing the affiliate marketing. But
that's okay.
Hey, who knows?
Look, we'll take anything. I was almost panicked thinking we weren't recording, but I'm like, oh no, we are. It's fine.
Oh geez.
I was like, oh no.
Now that's talking about working out the fine tunes. It's actually been a little bit of time for us recording between sessions.
Yeah,
so
it's been 2 weeks. Fortunately, we were ahead by a week. So, but that's okay. A lot's happened since then. But ideally,
a lot has happened.
Ideally, everything should be smooth, running smoothly. I need to stop swinging on my chair. Yeah. So when it comes to affiliate marketing, so you have to apply for programs. Like one of the main ones that you probably see at the moment is ClickBank. They're like a very big sort of digital product service affiliate marketplace. That's what a lot of people go to. Like if you see sort of quick guides to making $100, something is like, first, sign up with ClickBank. It's free. Second, find your niche. Third, get your offer. Do it by gravity. Like it's pretty much like note for note of how you do an affiliate marketing, but that doesn't overly work. You have to make sure you're capturing an audience and niching down.
How did you originally get into affiliate marketing? Because it's not exactly. I know now it's a lot more. There's a lot more advertising and stuff like that. But you've been talking to me about this stuff for years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as big when you started talking about it.
Yeah.
Like what drove you to it?
I guess I was wanting to make money online. Well, because I think when I was doing my original website for my PT business, when I was still doing client to client, are you spinning things?
No.
I'm just like,
I didn't realize the microphone picked up on that.
That's okay.
Oh, so I don't know if I told everybody this, but I'm autistic.
Yes. I was just like...
So I fiddle with things as I'm going along and not realizing that some of the things that I fiddle with make noise. I was actually playing with one of my son's spinning toys.
Nice. So as well as for kid toys, it's an adult toy as well. There you go. So how I got into it, I guess I was looking for, because as I was saying, when I had my original PT website, I was like, well, how can I make more money? Like, obviously I have this website. I'm like, how can I make more money with this website? And so then I started researching various ways to make money online. And so then that was probably maybe a 6 to 8 month researching journey of going through just like copious amounts of YouTube videos, blog articles, mainly YouTube videos. And so then like one sort of common, I guess, idea that kept popping up was affiliate marketing. And I'm like, that kind of makes sense. It's like, one, is less work. You don't have to deal with customers. That's the beauty about affiliate marketing. All your job is to push traffic to the product or service. So yeah, with affiliate marketing, you don't necessarily have to be dealing with customers. You do want to be capturing their emails at some point, because when you're capturing emails, you're able to then push further, like other products or services that, you know, have either they've clicked on or they've been interested in. And then if you have another product or service that you're an affiliate for, you can then put them into an email sequence, which then all those emails you get, like all spam per se, that's generally littered with affiliate links, and you've probably opted in to someone's emailing list. And that's pretty much the only sort of contact you're going to have with customers, but that's just for your audience. Whereas
Oh, so you're that annoying person that floods my emails with spam.
we're getting smarter at it though. Like we only do we don't send too many emails, and we only send you multiple emails if you click on emails. Like that's the way you should do it. Like an email sequence is like you get an email, if you click on this spot, you'll get put into this sequence, which means you'll get emails, this list of emails.
I have definitely just in the last couple of weeks gone through and unsubscribed to about 1,000 different services. So that's just the kind of person that I am.
Look, in all fairness, it's not a bad thing. And I almost thought about doing that as well, just going through, because I've got half a dozen different emails, but then just having specific emails, because it's also, from my perspective, it's a good way to get an idea of what your competition or potential competition's doing, is you sign up for things like newsletters just to get an idea of sort of what they're doing, where their focus is, and send it to like one of those emails so that your main email doesn't get flooded with just promotional emails, which, as Peter just said, gets a million a day about various people wanting you to buy this or check this out or do that. It's like you just have a set.
And I've only got two emails.
The dream having two emails, like so many.
I've got a business one and then a personal one. That's all I need. I'm not the biggest tech savvy person, so why do more than what I needed?
Yeah, exactly.
Back to on your stuff. We were talking about you have a plan going forward. Like we've had that discussion. We had a phone call. What was it, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, Sunday night, I think.
And it was Sunday night.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had to go and cover for one of my support workers last minute at 7 o'clock at night on a Sunday.
Good quality.
That was good fun, and it was about an hour drive away from me, so that was great.
Own a business, it's fun. You can do that sort of fun things.
Yeah, great. It's awesome, guys. Well, you don't have to do it if you're doing affiliate marketing.
That's true.
If you don't have staff working for you, you don't have to go and cover for them.
I want to get staff so I don't have to do as much stuff as I'm doing. There's a lot involved. We'll get into that briefly. But yeah, so you were wanting to go into how I'm planning on actually making
your
money?
plan. So you want to do plans on how you're actually gonna turn this business into a profitable business. And that's the biggest thing with everything. Everything requires planning, but not just planning, but action. Yeah. So once you create a plan, that's why they always say to do a business plan first. To create your business plan and look at how you're going to do things. Step by step, everything's going to be laid out. What are your plans moving forward in how to make this into a successful, profitable
business?
Affiliate marketing business.
So one of the, like, as I touched on before, is one of the big issues that I found is I was trying to hit multiple different, avenues. So I was doing nutrition, I was doing training, I was doing supplements, then I was throwing in business stuff because that was also getting more traction. But that obviously wasn't converting because, then your website's all over the shop. You're doing half a dozen different things. So what I've decided to do is I need to, niche down further into my health and fitness niche. And so then the way I looked at it is what programs do I have? Am I approved for already? And where is the potential for growth in that? And so then I remembered that I'd already signed up for a gym and fitness affiliate marketing. So essentially gym equipment supplier in Australia. And so I'm like, okay, I've got them already. And then I was looking at sort of another thing you want to be looking at when you're signing up for all these programs is what sort of commission are you going to be getting? Is it worth the amount of time that's required to put in, doing in the blogs, the content, the videos, the advertising, everything like that? Is it worth the pennies that they potentially pay you? And so then I looked at it, I think at the moment my commission rate is between 5 and 10% per sale. And then they did an average order value. And from that, I was okay, it's about, it ranges from sort of $200 to $800 per sale. And so I'm like, well, if I can then niche down, like, how would I niche down into the home gym equipment? I was like, well, I can do full gym setups. And then because they're quite high ticket products, then the commission, it's just a percentage base. If they like purchase a higher end product, then you're going to be getting the same percentage of that more expensive piece. And so the way I'm going to do it is, so you want to, I'll come back to that. I've got a better analogy of how to do it. But what I'm doing is I'm essentially doing home gym equipment. You've got to do keyword research. You've got to do SEO. And so I was going through like just a free YouTube SEO tutorial thing. And they were saying like, you kind of need to hit these points to sort of rank on Google, because then if you rank in Google, then you get more traffic to your website, which entails more conversions, etc. So I will be focusing on sort of your home gym equipment, and from there I can branch into sort of your cardio equipment. I can niche down to like, I can branch off, sorry, like this is the best products of this area. This is the best benches, the best dumbbells. This is the best management, like sort of wearable devices. So like your Garmin's, this is just a normal watch, but Garmin's, not pacemakers,
Pacemakers are
not
going into
not
the
not
medical
not quite
field. Hey,
pacemakers, but like your pulse and stuff like that. Because I was going to pull up, which is why I quickly ducked off to my computer. Is I'll give you a sneak peek of one of the projects I spent working on all day yesterday.
oh, is that it?
One of them. It's it's long. Actually, it could be interesting if it actually works in. But essentially, so I'll be niching down. I'll be starting with this blog, starting one blog. It's 7 best home gym equipment Australia. I'll probably fiddle with the title because that's pure keyword right there. So I'll start with that, and then I'll sort of branch off into, well, this is what you can use for if you just want free weights, if you just want machines, if you want multi-stations, and then I can work in nutrition because you can branch off. So what I started saying just before is when you're starting an affiliate marketing website per se, you need to come up with like your content hub, essentially. So a content hub is like what, I guess, offer or service or product are you going to base around everything else? And then from that content hub, how many branches can you do, like go off from? Like, is it like scalable? Can you do, 30 plus blogs on various different either affiliate programs or services or products or just information? Because you still want to be providing value. But then linking back to that main idea or focus of, I guess, the website at first. And so I'm sort of starting with the home gym. So then I'll grind out a bunch of content for setting up your own home gym. So it'll be like the top of this, like a bunch of listicles, like pretty much finding out what people are searching, so searcher intent, versus what I can provide for them. So like what I can write and then get clicks from there.
So you believe that your biggest issue at the beginning was that you had gone too broad with everything.
Yeah.
So you were just trying to capture
Yeah.
everybody when, in fact, that's not. So, for example, within my business, there's many different avenues I could have gone down in the very beginning, but I chose to focus purely on the support working side, so actually providing workers to go out into the
Yeah.
community with people with disabilities. And now we're progressing into like groups and activities and camps, and we're going to get into therapy based stuff, and we're going to get into, and then it's a change
Yeah.
of industries. We're going to get into the aged care sector, and then we want to get into the healthcare sector, and just slowly, and even the child safety and resi youth working
Yeah.
sector, to be able to provide the best quality support that we can in those different areas as
Yeah.
well. But it's all about, you're right, it's all about starting. You need to start where there's a niche, and that's what we've done as a company. Is if you find a niche, we go, oh well, we're providing something that we're attempting to provide something that other companies aren't
Yeah.
providing. And with the amount of growth that we've had as a company, it proves that it
Yeah.
works. Like it proves that once you found that point of difference, and you found that you're not going to grow, it's not about being providing a broad amount of services. Like I've got friends of mine that have started companies that have done very similar to what you have tried doing, which is go very, very broad. But they grew. Actually, a lot of my mates grew very, very quickly, but they were not able to be good at any one of those things. Like it was, they were mediocre at all of them, rather than being exceptional at one specific thing. And if you can become exceptional at one specific thing, get that thing nailed,
Exactly.
get a system in place, get a process in place, just nail that down, and then get that automated. So now that side of my business is automated, the providing support workers and finding staff, I've got people that run all of that, and we've got people. Obviously, it's not automated, but like I don't have to put as much effort or time into it, and I can focus on development and go to the next thing and go, okay, let's do this next thing. Like if you look at like Apple computers or even Microsoft, right? They all started with the computer. They wanted to make a computer, so it was the one thing, and then they've slowly branched out.
I mean, you could even argue that with Tesla as well. They started with the car, but now they're also doing batteries. They're doing Starlink. Well, Starlink's a little bit different, but it's a branch.
Yes.
And now they're doing phones as well. So it's the same again. Except instead of starting from a computer, like all of your traditionals, they're like, we're going to do a car computer.
Yeah. Well, Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world right now, started books.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah, books. That's right.
That's all they sold.
Still do.
It was a book service.
And now they do everything, right?
And now they sell everything. But you're able to it's all these companies started with something, finding a niche, looking for what was missing within the market, and then they slowly, as they grew. Because here's the thing: the other thing is, once you grow, you have more of a market share.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you have a better name. You have stronger recommendations. You have for me, for my company now to transition to aged care, for example, right? If we were to go into aged care now, we go, well, look at what we've done, and we've had people that have, because we've got older people that we support that are now going into the aged care sector, and companies have seen that, and the government has seen that, and we've been in communication with them. They go, oh well, look at this history that they've got with this. Let's slowly, they can progress into this because it's a similar industry. It's still different, but it's a similar service that they're providing. Now let's give them, okay, here you go. You've now got the trust of X amount of years and X amount of money, and you've proven that you're able to manage that sort of stuff. Because the government people look at that sort of stuff. Like when they're investors want to see that you're wise with your money. You've developed. You've not, because you could. All of last year as a company, I know. Sorry, I was talking about you.
It's fine.
Kind of gone away on a little tangent.
It relates.
For the greater part of last year, as an organisation, we actually didn't take many new clients on board because we wanted to work on stabilization and we wanted to work on our systems development and all of that sort of stuff. So we started bringing in some key office and administration staff members to be able to set us up in the best place to be able to project ourselves forward. So in the last year and a half, we've added a general manager, a facilitator, two admin staff members, actually three admin staff members. We've added two facilitators. We've added a systems analyst and systems developer, all in this last short period of time.
Yeah.
To be able to help us project forward.
I think it definitely comes back to you need a foundation to grow. Like you don't kind of like build anything without a strong foundation, and so focusing in on that like specific niche is kind of like building that foundation so you can branch out and go places that you couldn't before.
Don't get me wrong. You can grow really fast, and you can like we've grown ridiculously, but we needed to be careful of
growing too fast,
growing too quickly, because you can lose culture, you can lose who you originally were so I've got friends of mine in the disability sector specifically that they've grown really fast. They've grown faster than I have, my company has. But it's now become unstable because they're not finding the right people to put in place. They're not putting the right people in the right positions. And they grew and developed too quickly. So they're culture
Yeah.
has changed.
No, not only
So their culture, they're not able to maintain that culture anymore. And my friends who are the owners, they have become more money driven rather than purpose driven. So like for me, when I started the company, it was all about the reason I started the company was being passionate about that. When you realize that actually it's not about the money, it's more about the freedom of time. Yes, I understand that that entails earning more money, right? But if you look at people, you look at all the elites in the world or really rich business people, they don't need to work
No,
anymore.
they just enjoy doing it.
They
Yeah,
choose
exactly.
to, right? None of them. If you look at the top, I think I read a thing recently where it was the top 0.5% of wealth owns 25% of all the wealth in the
That sounds
world.
about right. That tracks. Definitely. Yeah.
Right, but the bottom 50% only owns, I think it was like 1%
Yeah, well, that's exactly it.
of the wealth in the world.
And it's just the difference.
Right, but some people. Here's the thing. I know a lot of. I know I've got friends of mine that have retired and they've decided to travel around Australia. Right, they didn't have massive jobs or anything like this. It was about quality of life and enjoying life. Obviously, they couldn't do it forever, right? And they had to end up going back and going to work, right? But it's about that freedom of time and doing what you're passionate about, right? That's one of the biggest things that any advice that I could give to anybody is if you're going to do a business, if you're going to do any sort of business, do something that you're passionate about, because if you don't love it,
Yeah,
you're not going to
exactly.
stick to it. Right? Like Dan absolutely loves affiliate marketing and looking at the
Yes.
digital world and looking at Dan really enjoys the idea and the prospect of earning a ton of money and becoming ultra
Yeah.
rich.
I mean, look, that'd be nice,
Right?
but I'm not really worried.
But it's more about the passion that
Yeah.
he's got, right? I'm really passionate about people. Like I love people. People is something that I've been passionate about for a very, very long time. It's been through. I was studying paramedic and nursing. I was I've done sales roles and stuff like that, but that's still based around
Yeah.
people. I worked as a support worker myself in the disability
Yeah.
sector. And then I started my own business. It was all revolved
Yeah.
around people, and that's why I've stuck at it. Is because it's. I mean, there's been so many tough times that I would have just given up
Yeah.
and gone, "Nah, stuff this. This is not
Yeah.
worth it. It's not worth my marriage. It's not worth my life. It's not worth the amount of. It's not worth me putting 80, 90 hours a week into."
Yeah. No, definitely not.
When I'm getting jacked, because all of a sudden, yes, I might have been. What's interesting is in the beginning, I was getting a really nice paycheck,
Yeah.
right? Like a very nice paycheck. But I was doing more
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. So, what sacrifice, basically?
Yeah, and that was the sacrifice that I was making. Okay, I have to do 80, 90 hours a week. I was 6 months into my marriage, right? Having to work that much. And yes, the money was great. I paid off all of my HEX debts. I paid off all of my personal loans, and I did all that within like 6 months.
Which is
Right?
ridiculous.
Like I was able to pay off negative debt. Oh yeah, it was like $70,000, $80,000 worth of
exactly.
debt that I was,
Just like
that I was able to pay
wiped.
off. Right? Which is just it's
Yeah,
nuts.
exactly.
But there was that sacrifice. Now I actually take less of an income, right? But I'm spending 3 days a week with my son, right? I still go to work. I still work 2 days a week, and I do forward planning, and I go and cover supports when I need to, all of that sort of stuff. I take way less of an income, but I don't need it because I haven't had what I call it
Lifestyle inflation.
wage creep or whatever.
Inflation.
Lifestyle inflation. So even though I've got a business that's very, very successful, I still live as if we don't have all that, and I don't mind it because I don't need flashy things. Yes, I like toys here and there, and I like doing nice things, but I don't need the newest car. I don't need the newest house. I don't need all of this stuff, and so I take less of an income, but I have more time. So it goes, what do you value most? So at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not always about the money. It's about what do you value. People value business. People value the ideas that they're doing.
I think that's also sort of more so where I'm shifting I guess my focus is we're now, like, it seems little, but we're now getting our groceries delivered, because I'm just like, that takes up a whole morning. By the time we, wake up, go groceries, come home, pack it up, and then, head off to work. Like, we're now getting that delivered because I'm just like, time is so important for us. I'm like, that time spent doing groceries, we could spend, either going swimming or going for a walk or just spending time with each other, not actually adulting, because who wants to adult when you don't have to? And that's kind of the other beauty of affiliate marketing is, like, at first there's so much more work, but the return on investment is, one, you get that passive income. It does turn into passive income eventually, because the beauty about writing a post or putting a video up is, once it's on the internet, it's up there for life unless you take it down yourself personally. And so with that, people, like, if you've written a really good article or you've done a really good video, people keep checking that out like 3 or 4 years later, and you're still getting returns from that. And that's kind of like what you might hear every now and again is like evergreen topics. Evergreen topics is essentially something that you can write once or do once, and for the next sort of foreseeable future, it's not going to change a great deal, but like, it's still creating that massive amount of value, which means you're profiting from, I guess, that initial work to, later on down the track, where you're still getting those commissions, or you're still getting that ad revenue if you're doing YouTube, or like whatever it be, like whatever sort of that passive side of things is that's kind of there.
Well, that's why. Look at all your YouTubers. They're all reposting things from years ago. Like they may have videos that they didn't get a heap of traction on in the early days, and then they repost them later and go, "Hey, look, this is." They just post them as if they're new videos, but then you actually look and they were posted 5-6 years ago. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, message. Got a message.
No, it was my son. My son's been
he's waking up, is
teething. So he's got 7 teeth.
5 or 7.
7 teeth coming
Gotcha.
through at once. So he's been not very happy at all.
The joys, right.
The joys. The absolute.
But yeah, you can hear him in the background now.
Yeah, can you? Do you guys?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get it closer. You've got to head
off
soon now,
I've got to head off to the farm, drop off some Roundup.
Going off to the
go
farm,
check out the pigs and the goats, make sure they're still alive after all the flooding up at Gympie. So that should be fun.
Oh, you can only just get up there, eh?
Yeah, probably time-wise, yes. Pretty much the only time we've been able to get up, so yeah.
Nice. All right, well, hopefully, guys, by next week, we should have Nathan back on. It'll be cool to get a perspective from him. He's a real laid-back guy. He's not... I've met a lot of big business owners who are real strict, real harsh. This guy's a real relational person. He's probably a lot more like I am. But he's just got some absolute gems from his experience in business and running a business and saving a business and all of that sort of stuff. So tune in, because it is going to be a really good episode.
Looking forward to it. With that said, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. We want to get all of your attention on the YouTube. We will be on the YouTube. Monies like on the Facebook, on the YouTube, where English is working well. Hezekiah is rage quitting in the background, so we're going to end it there. Just have a great week, and we will see you back here next week.
See you next week, guys.